Hey guys, so welcome back to a new video.
Oh, come on.
I'm tired, I'm sorry. So today we got this, I think I'm just gonna call it small blue home because I'm not creative when it comes to names. I don't know if you have a better idea. Yeah, it is blue and it has like bricks on one side.
I thought it was white.
No,
Maybe,
it's blue.
No, whatever.
It's kind of like light blue. It's not like dark blue. It's a light blue, so it does look white too. So I don't know. I don't know if I can call it blue then. If it's not blue.
Well, you can call it whatever you want.
I'm just gonna call it house.
House.
Speed built Sims 4 house.
Just do that.
Nothing else. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
That would be funny.
So yeah. Anyways, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if we're going to talk more about the build today, maybe. Like, I think it turned out pretty good to say that.
Yeah,
I hate building traditional
interesting.
houses.
Like the shape and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. I was literally just building it. I didn't look up any pictures or anything. I was just like, let's do this. Because, like, I didn't do a build in forever, so... Yeah. I don't know.
Me neither.
I know. But you're busy, so that's okay. I'm off tomorrow, so I think I'll just do lots and lots of stuff tomorrow. So we have a few videos pre-recorded for when we're busy, I guess. Because there's going to be a lot of those days in the future, sadly. I mean, I've had my first, like, lesson today in math.
First lecture.
And boy, oh boy, I don't know what was going on. It's so freaking complicated. Like, I hope I can get back into it, but it's so different than what you do in school.
Yeah.
Because at school you calculate, whilst at, like, university you have to prove things like y, x plus y, or, like, 1 plus 1 is 2, like, just something like that.
Yeah,
that
and
you
also
have to
it's a
prove
lot
it.
faster.
So fast. I was like, boy, can you just calm down a little? Like,
Yeah, I think it's like 3 years of school and a few lectures.
In like one lecture.
Yeah.
Here you go. Yeah, and then at least they do scripts, which means they upload well, not every
professor does that, but a lot of them.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah, they have PowerPoints and stuff.
Yeah, so you can look up what they said. So, like, halfway through, I was like, right, I'm just going to give up on, like, trying to write down what he says and just listen to it and try to, like, comprehend and, like, actually understand it. Because I think if I'm going to do both, I'll just not get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have so much stuff to learn and, like, relearn.
I know.
That we had in school. It's like... I don't know. I just don't remember much.
Me neither. I feel like when I went away, like, everything just got erased from my... Like, literally everything got erased from my brain, and now it's just, like, an empty shell, and it's like...
Yeah, all the physics stuff is gone.
All the math stuff is gone, like...
That too.
Jesus, they're like, oh, you probably remember this, and then they just put down, like, a huge, like, calculation. You're kind of like... Yeah, nope, I remember I've seen this before, but I have no idea what it is. So it's even more frustrating because you can't just be like, oh no, never heard of that, you know. You know that you should know it, but I don't know. I guess school is not good for trying to, like, actually learn and remember things, at least here. It might be in different countries, like, I don't know every school system, but here, because we had so many subjects and so many exams, it's kind of like...
I feel like you
rehearse
could
and then
done that and learned all the stuff, but I don't know. You don't really know what you're gonna need in the end, you know.
Yeah, but
so
I don't know anyone who remembers stuff from school, you know.
Well,
like,
I do remember some things, but not all of it.
I remember things that were interesting, but like history, no idea. I literally have no idea what we did.
Oh, well, I can always tell I used to know that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, well, great. I kind of knew that.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it is. It's so sad, though, because, like, there's so many interesting things that we could have learned, but to be honest, it was just a lot at once, and then you're a teenager, so you kind of somewhere else with your head, I guess. At least I was. Like, I wasn't really there when I was at school, you know. And then you have phases where you don't sleep because you want to stay up, like, doing other things, like, whatever, like, watching movies or talking to your friends, and then you end up sleeping 4 hours, and you're kind of like, yeah, that's dumb.
I feel like that's gonna happen to us now, too. Like,
yeah, maybe. I don't know. At least I only have to be at uni early one day. Like, uni for me starts at 10. Like, I don't really have that much at uni, but we have homeworks, and they said they're going to be really hard, so I'm probably going to spend, like, a lot of time on them. And at least I found some people there that, like, some guys that are actually offering to help me with stuff, you know, otherwise I'd be lost.
I'm gonna be so lost.
I don't even know why they want to help me, though. Like, it must be so annoying because I'm kind of like, what's going on? I mean, I understood, like, maybe half of what the, I don't know if you call them professors or tutors or whatever you guys call them. But I understood maybe half of what he said. I hope, at least. I understood when he said end. You know? All the filling words. I got those. No, I hope I'm not going to be terrible. I hope it's all going to come back to me.
It's going to be so much work, though.
I know. Plus,
you're going to have... We both are going to... Oh, I can't talk.
Yeah, we're both going
to have to work very hard, I think.
Yeah,
to make it work.
At least I know that I don't want to do it. So, you know, because I'm going to switch to a different subject next semester. So at least I know I can fail if I want to. Like, it's not like I'm not pressured. But, yeah, I just realized that math is not really for me. Like, I mean, I enjoy doing it and stuff, but I don't think I could always do it. Because for those people, it's, like, so fascinating with all the numbers and stuff. And I'm just kind of like, okay, come on, there's, like, how is that so interesting?
Yeah, I feel like
just
you
a
have
freaking
to
number.
be like that to really be good at it.
I know that he was like, oh, fascinating, isn't it? And then we talk about if, like, oh, we call them real numbers. I have no idea what you call them. Like reelle Zahlen. I have no idea what that is in German. In English. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like all the... Like, it's not even numbers. It's just like, I have no idea. Yeah, it is whole numbers. Is it negative numbers too? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like...
Not like a half of something,
0.2 or something. That wouldn't be one.
Yeah, so it's probably whole numbers. But
I don't know. I'm not familiar with all the like
terms. Me neither. Yeah, me neither. But yeah, he's like, yeah, it's very interesting to think if that's actually a thing. Like, a lot of us people are actually like talking about it and stuff. And I was like, you freaks, I'm sorry, but I talk about food with my friends, you know. It's just so funny how different things are fascinating to people, you know. Where you're like, are you batshit crazy, or like, are you okay? Oh my god, I struggled with that kitchen so much.
Yeah.
I changed it up so much.
I always struggle with kitchens.
It's just a weird little nook, I guess, where it's in. Like, I like where it's in because it's kind of... I don't know, I like the whole shape and, like, floor plan of the house, but it's all very cramped because I built small houses, if you haven't noticed. All my houses are small. Like, they...
Yeah, but that's kind of interesting because I think a lot of people like building small houses because it's not that much work and you don't need that much time to build it, you know?
No, it's not that for me. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, needing more time to build, but... I just, like, there's something more appealing to me, like, aesthetically, with, like, smaller houses. I don't even know why.
Maybe because you have always lived in an apartment and not in a house, you know?
I don't know, I just like small houses,
kind of smaller.
though. Because, like, my house in America, like, the part of my house wasn't huge. It was bigger than the houses I built, but it wasn't massive, you know? So, like... because I don't like huge spaces. I like to have, like, small and cramped areas. Because I don't feel safe if it's, like, I don't know, if there's a lot of space, like, free space. And then I struggle it's like, it gets so repetitive to build a big house. Because you're just like, right, another bathroom, and another bedroom, and another kitchen. Oh, no, you only do one kitchen in a house usually. But That'd be interesting. Let's just build a house full of kitchens, like we should totally make like an IKEA kind of thing.
Oh
in
yeah,
The Sims.
that would be fun.
I actually tried to do that once because, like, just for a family I had that I played with, because they had a retail store, but I don't know. I just didn't really finish it. Because I think, like, public, oh god, excuse me.
It's been ages since I had a retail store.
Yeah, plus I think these, like, are they called public lots in The Sims?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Something like that. You know, like, not like the houses you live in, not residential. Do you say it like that? Resident, then. I feel like my brain doesn't work anymore. Help. But
I don't get why you are tired, though.
I don't know either. I felt very energized this morning, and then I was so annoyed on my way there at that one woman in the bus. Like, I passive-aggressively looked at her because the bus was like so full. Like, it's just like crammed and you couldn't move, and like, yeah, it was just stuffed in there. And then I was leaning against like a tiny wall that's right where you get in, and then people wanted to get, when she like held on to like a bar that was right next to me, and she already squashed me doing that, even though the bus was so full you couldn't have fallen. There was no space to fall.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you can fall if there's people next to you. Like, but yeah, she was squashing me so bad. I was like, okay, girl, that's a little close. And then there were people trying to get out. So I, as a nice human, got out, let them out, you know, so they don't have to like push their way through. Even though I was probably not in the way, but I always do it because it's like nice.
It's nice, yeah.
And then she stole my spot where I stood.
Well,
she stole it.
But how is she supposed to know that you?
I
were
stood
just
there the
getting
whole
out?
time. No, I was getting back in right before her, and I was like, you know, you get out, and then people behind you get out, and you stand in front of the bus facing the bus.
But
and
are
then
you
people
sure
know.
She saw you?
Yes, and then I looked at her passive aggressively the whole bus ride to uni. I was so annoyed at her, and then when people tried to get out after, she didn't even move because she knew I was gonna take her spot. You know, like my spot. It was my spot. Excuse me, it was my spot, and I just thought it was such a rude thing to do. Because I saved that spot, you know, I was like, okay, so I can just lean onto something so I don't have to, like, I mean, you always worry about falling, even though you can't, but it's just more comfortable, you know? And then first she squashed me, then she got in my spot, and then she didn't even move when people tried to get out because she knew I'd get that spot back. And I was just like, rude. And then also there was, like, a car crash. I mean, I looked at the cars. There was nothing on them, like nothing. And they stood right at the bus stop, which you're not supposed to do, you know? I mean, I would have gotten it if it was like a bad car crash, you know, you're not supposed to move because they want to know who went into who and how it all happened.
Yeah.
And how, like, fast you went and all that stuff, you know, you can calculate that, like, at least estimate it. And they literally waited right in front of the bus stop. And I was just like, what's the point? You can just, because they both waited, like the police pulled in, and the police was like, oh, like just drive in the next, like to the next road and wait there because you're blocking off the bus stop. And I was kind of like, why? Because there was nothing on the cars. It wasn't like they couldn't drive anymore. It was like a bad crash or anything.
Yeah, at least there was nothing obvious probably, because I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, there was probably like a little bump or something, you know, but you can pull in like a quiet road and like call the police there, especially if both people are fine with it, you know, not one of them is trying to get away or like talk their way out of it or something. And I was just like, what? It's like one of the first things you learn when you drive is when you get into an accident, you move out of the way for the traffic. And they thought they were out of the way and they're blocking the whole road because the bus had to pull in like behind them, and like buses here are pretty big and there's not that much space for them, you know. It's like, what's the point? So I was very annoyed this morning. It's a bad morning for me.
Even though you didn't have to be there at 8.
I know. And then there was...
sounds like it's a good time, you know. It doesn't
Yeah,
sound
it's not,
that
because
early.
we have to leave at 7. Well, a little earlier, even.
Yeah.
If we want to be a little early to, like, find the room and stuff. But yeah, then there was this little boy on the underground, and he sat next to me. And he was like, he kept picking his nose and then getting real close to me with his hands. And I was like, trying to scooch away because I didn't want to get his snot all over my pants. I was like, yeah, please don't touch me with that hand. Like, he was so cute, but yeah, he kept getting like very close to me too, because like I was sitting, so then if the train moves, you know how you get pushed to one side.
Yeah.
And like, obviously as a kid, you get pushed more because you're not as heavy. I guess you get pushed more because you can't hold yourself. It's probably not because you're not heavy. It's probably because you're stronger when you're grown up. And then, yeah, he was just falling into me. And I was kind of like, please, don't. Yeah, no offense. I like kids. It's not like I hate them. So whoever has a kid that's listening to us. Oh yeah, I moved the foundation down to just to do the landscaping.
Oh yeah, okay. So I was wondering why the
stairs are in the door.
Yeah.
No, it's because
and I
if
thought,
you have...
can they even get in there?
No, it's actually a good, like, pro tip. Welcome to Cora's pro tips for the Sims building. If you want to do landscaping, you know how it sometimes clips into the foundation.
I know
and
that,
you can move it down.
I just...
But the thing is, if you have move objects on the stairs, they stay where they are. And, like, the, like, colors or, like, I don't know, the painting you used for the foundation actually stays as well, so...
Yeah.
It's like a good,
I was just
good
wondering
thing.
about the stairs. Like, I just thought it was...
Yeah.
It was knocked down and that they wouldn't get inside because the stairs is too close.
Nah, move them back up.
That just doesn't look like that.
I don't know when, because it doesn't look like the foundation's back up there, but I definitely put it back up. I was probably waiting until I was done with, like, all the landscaping. I actually didn't struggle landscaping this too badly, I guess because it's a small lot, so it wasn't... I think I struggle the most to do backyards. I don't actually know why, but backyards are a pain in the butt.
Yes. It's so annoying.
Yeah. And
I never know what to put there.
Me neither. It's so hard. See, I put it back up. And everything stayed as it was. I think I changed the colors of the stairs too. Oops, went into the basement. That always happens to me. I always go down like way too far. And I remember to put a bin in the kitchen, which I always forget usually.
Yeah, me
I always put it in like the last thing. It's always just because I put like an outside bin and I'm like, oh yeah. I think it's because who has a bin in their kitchen?
The most important thing is the
like
outside
that.
bin.
Yeah, but you know, who has a bin in their kitchen just like randomly standing in the way?
Well,
like not
a lot of people
No,
do.
people have it in their cupboards. Like
No, not
I don't know
not
anyone
all
that
of
has
them.
it outside.
I do. I know a lot of people
I
that
find
have
it
that,
so
but
weird.
usually they have like a lid.
Oh, okay. See you in the next video. Bye.